Hi everyone, my name is Fabrício Guilherme and my group is composed by Gabriel Henrique, Lucas Nicolau and Matheus Góes, and we are the SIGLA. SIGLA is the acronym for Inteligência de Gestão Lean e Ágil. Something like Lean Agile Management Intelligence, and you will understand why. We came out of the unstoppable desire to make a huge positive impact on the people's lives, even if it's for a single person. So, we started thinking about solutions and institutions that already achieved this goal. It's inevitable, don't fall into the healthcare and talk about transformative solutions. And that's how we got to GRAAC, support group for adolescents and children with cancer, a huge institution that has been changing the lives of thousands of people for 19 years, every single day. Speaking with the hospital manager, we noticed a problem in the chemotherapy management. Everything is still done in a very manual and visual way. That is, a nurse needs to spot an empty armchair, call a patient, check if another patient's chemotherapy is over. If yes, call a cleaning agent for hygiene. Then, this cleaning lady needs to inform again the nurse that hygiene is over, and the nurse calls a new patient, returning to the beginning of the cycle. See the amount of tasks and responsibilities that are assigned to people who should be worrying about or spending their energy on other things. This creates daily delays of up to 4 hours longer than expected, generating a huge expenditure resource. In this way, we started to reflect and we noticed that it was a very good different problem, and we arrived at a simple, cheap, and above all, very smart solution. A custom hardware that works as support for the infusion bag and is in constantly connection with our smart dashboard.
Through it, our equipment will be able to infer some valuable information about the status of a chemotherapy bag support in a way almost completely automated. The dashboard is extremely fast, clean and intelligent. The status of each card is updated whenever our equipment detects a change based on the weight's measurements. Now, we're going to see a quick demo of the dashboard. At the beginning, you'll be able to turn on all the equipments. Then, you're going to see every equipment and their respective status. And if in use, there is an estimated time showing how much time left based on sensor data. At the bottom, you'll also find a turn off button. There is a report screen with detailed information about the usage. It includes charts and tables with data about the usage of every single equipment. This can be very insightful and will help the hospital manager with the decision making. Here, you can report an issue, like there's a burnt LED. You can also filter equipments by criticality or by its identifier. And finally, you can change manually the status of any specific equipment.
Now, speaking about hardware, we wanted to build a validation prototype from scratch, using the most ideal components that we could find. After a long research, we were able to build and test it on a real case scenario, and the results were amazing. Not only our idea was validated, but we could also prove the efficiency and effectiveness of our solution while monitoring chemotherapies. The V1 looks like this. It's a relatively small piece of hardware, with the size of an open hand. It was clear enough to prove our point and to show the GRAAC employees that it had a functional equipment. But there's always room for improvement, right? So we wanted even more. We stepped up to a new level, developing an even smaller and integrated device. It has all the same functionalities, but in a very much concise, closed and extremely elegant case. This version brings a more professional and reliable look, combining functionality with design. And after all this talk, I'll be happy to show you how our solution works in the real world. Please pay attention to the device number 3. As Gabriel said, when the dashboard is on, you can see the stats of every smart support in the area. And as soon as a weight is registered by the hardware, the dashboard updates the state and informs the user. The dashboard will be constantly giving an estimated time to finish the process, which will be updated based on the flow rate of the chemotherapy. And then, when the chemotherapy is over, the dashboard enters on the waiting nurse's status, giving freedom to the nurses to change the support bag or simply ending the process. So, a cleaning agent is called. When he or she is done cleaning, they only need to press a button to turn the device available again.
In this exact moment, you are running our second stage of tests, but this time you are not just one day. We, in GRAAC, are week long with 2 equipments in constant monitoring. In this way, being able to collect data on effective evolution, proving the value of our product. The next most immediate step we want to take is to finish the installations at GRAAC, helping the institution that welcomed us and believed in the idea to the maximum extent possible. Subsequently, industrialize our production so that it is possible to transform our equipment in a commercializable product. So, revolutionize a new hospital and help even more people with our solution. SIGLA, Smart Solutions for Complex Problems.